Watch this video even if you are not looking for a job. Hi everyone, welcome to Excel Clinic. I will be sharing something different from what you can find on this channel. In this episode, we will be talking about Excel interview questions. If your current or next job requires you to be very proficient in Excel, follow me, no OT. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications so that you will not miss the next episode. Before we start, please bear this in mind. The purpose of this video is not to artificially improve your Excel skills so that you can pass the interview. The real test of your Excel skills starts only after you gotten the job. If you think that your Excel skills need to be improved, watch this video to find out how you should prepare for your next job and not just the job interview. If you think that you have the right level of Excel skills, answer the questions in this video to boost your confidence level. Be yourself and good luck with your interview. If you are not the job candidate but the hiring manager looking for candidates, perhaps this video can give you some ideas on what to ask to find the right candidate. If you are looking for Excel question bank, this is not the right video for you. I haven't gone through enough interviews where the interviewers tested my Excel skills to compile the top 5 or 10 Excel interview questions. I have been a hiring manager for a while now, and I do ask Excel questions during the interviews. So I will tell you from my perspective why I ask Excel questions and what are they. The objective of me asking Excel questions. First, to test the candidate's Excel skill. Even though we have many tools available today for accountants to do our work better, for example, the accounting software, BI tools, RPA, Excel remains the most used applications that accountants use daily. Those other tools are what I call specific purpose tools. They do one thing and they are very good at doing that thing. Excel may not be the best tool for each of these different tasks of accountant, but it is multi-purpose and it is cheaper than all the other specific purpose tools combined. So that is why I think Excel is still relevant today. It is used to bridge the gap between the accounting system and accountants' need. After 27 years of using Excel, I still find it irreplaceable. So being good at Excel will drive work efficiencies, and every boss wants to maximize the value of the payroll cost. Second, to understand the candidate's thought process and personality. Contrary to what many people may think, Excel interview questions do not just test the technical knowledge of Excel. If the interviewers ask the right questions, it can tell quite a bit about the candidates. We will explore that in a bit. Third, like many other scenario-based interview questions, it tells you how fast the candidates react. Next is my preferred format. Many hiring managers prefer to ask the candidates to do a case study or assignment and incorporate Excel questions into the case study. The argument for this approach is that it mimics real-life work scenarios, where the employees is given a task and work on their own. I understand that, but I have a slightly different take. The candidate I'm looking for is someone staying alert all the time, react fast, and thinks independently even under pressure. So I don't think a take-home assignment allows me to judge the candidates from these angles. I prefer to do the test on the spot. I don't ask questions like how you write a VLOOKUP function or what is the syntax of VLOOKUP. Knowing the function is one thing, knowing how and when to apply is another. What drives the output? The application of these functions. I usually give scenarios and let the candidates come up with the solutions. Ultimately, problem solving is what we want employees to do, right? There is always more than one answer to the scenarios. Different answers tell you a different thing about the candidate. There is no one single correct answer, but a better answer. Tip for candidate number 1. Whatever the question is, don't give up. I ever had a candidate who told me he had to be honest, his Excel skills is not good, and he gave up. Well, I thank him for being honest, but he was rejected not because he doesn't know much about Excel, but because he didn't even try. More tips for works, not just interviews, as we go along. This is my favorite question. You have a list of products and their selling price for each region. Retrieve the selling price for robot Alex in London for me. Take 10 seconds to think about the answer. If you need more time, hit pause. There were only a few candidates who gave me a workable solution. There is more than one answer to this question. The answers are explained in one of my earlier videos. I bet VLOOKUP is the first function that comes to your mind. After all, VLOOKUP is the accountant's favorite, right? Indeed. Many of my candidates shouted VLOOKUP happily within a few seconds. Because I did the test on the spot, I was able to observe the candidates. I start to write the function in the cell, and my follow-up questions will be, what's the first argument? At this point, many candidates realize that VLOOKUPs only accept one criterion. So I'll give them some credit, minus 0.5. These candidates do understand the function, but minus 0.5 because I always looking for candidates who think a few steps ahead. Think before reacting. Those who proceed to give me the remaining syntax and then realize that the result is not what we want will get a minus 1. They either don't understand the most commonly used function in Excel, or they are just trying their luck. Those who proceed to give me the remaining syntax and didn't realize that the result is wrong, I will fail them. I believe in ownership, so at the very least, before you submit your work, you should do a test check or a reasonableness check. Tip number 2. Please do not expect your supervisor to always detailed review your work. Do your own checks even if the policies require a reviewer. You own the work you produce. When the candidate takes a pause, I will ask him what is in his mind. And he tells me that VLOOKUP doesn't work here because it only accepts one criterion. Although the statement is partially not true, I'll give him some credits because he admitted his mistake. Again, do not give up, even if you do not know the answer and you really can't think of any solutions. Think this way. What would you do if you find yourself in this situation at work? You Google or you watch the Excel Clinic videos. I give credits to those who ask for permission to look up online. The candidates that I value try to find solutions on their own rather than coming to me asking for an answer whenever they face an issue. Tip number 3. Be resourceful. I will not let them Google or watch the video, but I will guide them a little bit. So now you have 2 criteria. Do you think you can make it become 1? Then I observe the reaction time. 1 extra credit for those who use 0 instead of false for the 4th argument. 1 keystroke versus 5. It will not bring you 5 times efficiency, but don't underestimate this. It is a very valid shortcut. If you do this many times, it will save you some time. But more importantly, it tells me that this candidate is lazy, and lazy is a quality that I'm looking for. Many people associate laziness with the inability to deliver, but it is not always the case. A lazy person finds shortcuts. Isn't that what we need to make our processes more efficient? Very few candidates decide to change the function when they realize that VLOOKUP doesn't work. SUMIFS is another possible solution. If they choose SUMIFS, then they have to explain to me what are the other considerations. A star candidate will give me one of the 3 solutions mentioned in my video and explain to me what are the pros and cons of the solution selected. Next question. Here is a list of accounts. Indicate the account grouping in column C. 10 seconds starts now. Obviously, there is more than one solution. You can use the logical function if. If the first character is 1, then it is a non-current asset account. Else, if the first character is 2, then it is a current asset account, and so on. It is a workable solution, but no doubt, this is hard coding the values in the formulas. Another workable and perhaps better solution is VLOOKUP. You create a mapping table and VLOOKUP to that table. Can you manually fill in? Yes, depending on the context. If it is unlikely that you will update the chart of accounts frequently, this might be the best solution. You can also use Power Query. It is a relatively new functionality in Excel and it is very powerful. But I may not hire the candidate who give me this answer. It will take significantly longer time to apply Power Query. The efforts required do not justify the benefits. Tip number 4. Do not overcomplicate a matter. Use a simple but workable solution. Be it if or VLOOKUP function. To answer this question, the candidates must be able to find the norms in a sample of transactions. Or in other words, the ability to generalize. This is something that I will look for in an FP&A role. Alright, that is all I have to share today. If you need career counseling or if you need professional advice on a task you have on hand, feel free to contact me. Like and share this video with your friends who are looking for a job or looking for candidates. Good luck. See ya.